Hello everyone, and welcome to another game on the channel, a new video, a new series. Welcome to, this is not probably not going to work, give me a second. Oh, it did, brilliant. Welcome to Star Trek Resurgence. This game came out, oh gosh, when was it? It was the beginning of this week. It was the 23rd of May, 2023. So 23, sort of 23/05/2023. Yeah, that's right. Well, that's how we do it. Americans are wrong. But guys, we're here. We're gonna play a new game. I'm very excited about this. This game is essentially like a Telltale-esque game, but with Star Trek, which is I think that's a very good way to do Star Trek as a game, to be honest. So we'll see what it's like. We'll see what it's about, and yeah, we'll have some fun. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is a Dramatic Labs adventure. The relationships and events you're about to experience will be shaped by the choices you make. Hey. Space. No, come on, say it. Space. Space.
Captain's log.
Okay, that's good. That's okay.
1.4. The crew is restless. After spending too many months piecing our ship back together, we're finally about to venture out on a new mission.
Woo!
And the crew isn't letting this unprecedented ion storm slow them down.
Fuck the ion storm. I mean,
ready
what?
for something different. I know I am. Perhaps more than any of them. Fortunately, nothing ever stays the same. It's entropy, the nature of the universe. Change is inevitable. And while entropy says order gives way to chaos, in this case, change is good.
Okay, well, let's pick this up slightly.
Our new first officer is en route to the Resolute.
En route to the Resolute.
I know she'll bring a welcome dose of new blood to the crew.
Woo woo! Oh. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. I've not got my... excuse me. They didn't say anything about it being a fucking controller. Fuck.
I'm not great with flying. But these little shuttles are the worst.
Ain't you joining Starfleet?
You don't like flying. And yet, you joined Starfleet.
There's a reason I'm not a pilot.
You should try it sometime.
The crew is impacted by the things you say. Okay, cool. Cool. No doubt, no doubt. Oh, it's lacking a little bit,
Sorry,
though.
I'm a little anxious.
I
Is it
hadn't
about the
noticed.
flying?
I'm on my way to my first assignment. When we get to the starbase, I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
So am I.
Ugh, this piece of hair is doing my head in.
It won't be easy for Jara to step in at the 11th hour like this. But if she's half the officer I knew she could become when she was a cadet at Starfleet Academy, she'll be the XO this ship needs right now.
Woo! Music swells. Oh, I just hit the mic. That's brilliant. This is going well. Change of state. Oh, they have like titles. I love it. Everything about this is just iconic instantly. Let's go. Starbase 128.
A starbase on the very edge of Federation space. Long way from home now.
The base race, so to speak. Instead of space race, no. No, okay.
Commander? I'm not usually such a nervous wreck, by the way. I actually did well at the Academy.
Oh,
Maybe you've heard of the Torvalin test?
Sounds familiar.
It's a tactical simulator that makes the Kobayashi Maru look like a picnic on Pintaris 5. Anyway, I finished in the top 20. Not just in my class. I mean, all time. In the history of the Academy.
very impressive.
There's that.
Really? That's quite impressive.
Thank you. It was tough. But you know, I set my mind to it and it paid off.
Please place your hand here. Hold it there for a few seconds.
No, oh, do I have to like? Sure. Yeah. Hey.
Welcome, Commander Rydek.
Wait, you're Jara Rydek? You absolutely crushed the Torvalin test. You finished in what, like the top 3?
That would be me.
Now I'm really... It's an honor to meet you, Commander. Sorry, I didn't realize before.
That wasn't
I
first.
just came off the shuttle and was glad to be on solid ground, so to speak.
When people say top 3, what they really mean is 3rd place. I'm not first, so there's always room for improvement.
I'll, keep working then.
I believe Commander Ermot is expecting you. He's in the concourse just ahead.
See you on the Resolute.
She's giving Haley Steinfeld, and I don't know why. No, not Haley Steinfeld. I'm getting Haley Atwell. Steinfeld. That's the wrong one. Atwell.
Good day, Commander.
She's giving me Peggy Carter.
If I remember my briefing, Commander Ermot is a Bolian.
Oh, Bolian.
So I'm looking for someone with blue skin.
Let's talk to the guy who isn't blue
Are
skin.
you all right?
Yeah, I'm just... Well, I'm not sure where my departure dock is. The Resolute's gonna leave without me.
Look here. The Resolute is leaving from this dock.
Oh, you're right. Nerves must be getting to me.
Hey. Dude just fucking ran.
Thanks so much, Commander.
Do you see what I mean though? Haley Atwell. She's definitely got an Atwell-esque face.
Starbase 128 has 4 docks.
Okay, cool. Good for you.
Excuse me, have you seen a Bolian around here?
Yes, sir. Right back there, near the replicator.
Ah, there he is. Thank you.
Happy to help, Commander.
Replicate a meal.
I'll replicate myself a meal once I'm on board.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Hello. Hello. Oh gosh, gassy.
Welcome to the
It's the
edge of the
Pepsi.
galaxy, Commander Rydek. I'm Commander Jan.
Hello, Liam
Ermot,
O'Brien.
Operations Officer on the Resolute. Commander? I hope there wasn't too much trouble getting here. This storm isn't making anything easy for us right now.
I can
I know
take it.
conditions are less than ideal at the moment.
It takes more than a little turbulence to rattle me.
I'm sure that's the case. We're grateful you were able to come fill our first officer vacancy at such short notice.
What happened to the last first
From
officer?
everything I've read and everything I've heard, we're
Tell
lucky
me
you were
now.
available to us. coming from a premier starship and all.
What have you heard?
To our little research vessel.
What exactly have you heard about me?
First in your class at the Academy. Received the Starfleet Award of Valor during the Dominion War.
Oh,
Most
damn.
recently, Tactical Officer and Chief of Security on the USS Endeavor.
You've done your homework.
Like I said, we're very lucky.
Woo!
The USS Resolute.
She's a beaut. Get it?
She may not look like much compared
Resolute.
to the bigger ships, but
She's
as
a
far as
beaut.
science
It's fine.
vessels go, she can more than hold her own. And she doesn't look so bad considering 6 months ago she was nearly cracked in half, venting plasma, fighting for her life.
It was an accident?
The equipment malfunctioned. An accident suggests fault, but no one's to blame.
I don't believe that.
But the warp core was pushed beyond its limits.
I disagree.
It destabilized the dilithium, there was a runaway reaction, and the warp bubble deformed. We thought we could reach a higher resonant frequency, but it was more than she could handle. Cost us our first officer and 22 of our crew.
Ooh.
At the end of the
Inkies.
day, we're all responsible for each other. That's what it means to be a crew.
To have lost so many lives. That's a high price to pay.
Too high by any estimation.
Agreed.
But there's nothing that can be done about it now except get back to work.
Oh, yeah.
And make sure it never happens
Okay,
again.
dude. Okay.
Listen. I realize you've known Captain Solano for quite some time. And I'm sure you're ready to bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake, that he should have promoted from within. So you might want to tread lightly at first,
Fair enough.
until they come to value your contributions as much as he does.
Thank you. Always good to have a sense for what you're walking into.
I just thought you ought to know.
I appreciate it.
Starfleet has assigned us a high-priority mission to the Hotari region. I'll let the captain brief you on board.
This is
I'm always
actually
eager
really
to
cool
see you.
already.
Will we be mission ready in time?
We have every intention. The crew has been working around the clock to get the ship ready. There's still so much to do.
Hey, that's pretty cool. Oh, we're changing now. We're changing. Okay. We're changing to the other guy.
Stuck. I got just the thing.
Oh my gosh, we got to use a plasma torch. Yeah. Let's do it. Oh, you gotta move it in the middle, okay. Cool. The little mini game. Well, they're not strenuous, at least. Unlike the Spider-Man mini games. Fuck you, Spider-Man mini games. Hope they're not in the fucking sequel. Ooh. That's a lot of damage. Hey. Hey.
Is that?
That's a shuttle ready to go. The lower decks. Hey. Oh, the teleporter noise. Oh, this is so nostalgic.
I thought that thing was totally fried. Nice work, Carter.
Nothing to it, Neely.
And not a moment too soon. The boss wants us down in engineering. Like, now.
Oh. No. Why for? Even the corridors are nostalgic.
Engineering.
I heard the new XO just arrived. Won't be long before we get underway. I just hope whatever Chovak called us down for, it's something good. I can never tell with him. I'd rather not end up degaussing plasma manifolds.
We can handle
When we work
anything.
together, we can tackle anything he throws at us.
Your optimism is positively contagious.
Chovak, probably
Looks like we got here before.
Lieutenant
Probably
Commander Chovak.
I was going to say,
We were
yeah,
just
Vulcan.
looking for you, Commander.
I wasn't sure because that could have been a, you know.
Diaz, I was beginning to think you would be late. We are all hands on deck right now, which means
could have
if you
been
are
a
not
Klingon,
at your
is what I was
post
trying
at
to
the
say.
appointed
There you go.
time, I do not have someone to replace you. A point I have been forced to make to Petty Officer Edzelar on repeated occasions.
Commander Chovak, isn't it true that if we were almost late, it categorically means that we were not late?
That is correct, Mr. Diaz.
Logic.
I mean, if anything, Edzelar and I are following the schedule to the letter.
Yes, perhaps I should adjust the schedule accordingly.
So, I don't suppose you wanted us down here to check in
I
before
love
we
that.
go off duty?
Oh.
Equip yourselves in EV suits to work on the exterior of the hull. I need you to tune the structural integrity field for optimal performance. The subspace distortions and ionic interference we are experiencing are preventing the proper calibration. But this ship must be ready to depart shortly, despite the storm. The precise nature of these disturbances are not fully understood. But many
Sound
systems have been
worried.
affected by the wide band of emissive activity.
Whatever it
I'm not going to
throws
say
at
that
us,
because the
we'll
Vulcan
be
was
ready.
great. Nah, I'm not worried. Vulcans don't feel
Best chief
worried.
engineer
It's
in
like,
the
ugh.
fleet.
I am a Vulcan, Mr. Diaz. Flattery is not necessary. All that I require is that you do your job.
He still said it.
Right now, that entails critical preparations, because long-range sensors show that these disturbances will be more severe at our destination, the Hotari system. You have your orders. Do not delay.
Yes,
Roger
Commander
that.
Chovak. All hands on deck.
What's that?
All hands on deck. That's what Chovak said. You know what that means?
You got to work extra
It
hours.
means this ship isn't ready to go out, and the brass know it. So they're throwing every warm body at it. And they're going to leave on schedule.
You gotta have some faith, Nilly. Starfleet Command wouldn't send us out if we weren't ready.
6 months ago, I probably would have said the same thing. But this isn't just any old refit or any old relaunch.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Dude.
A lot of new faces coming on board. It's gotta be tough coming as a replacement. That's for sure.
Give them a chance.
They seem all right. Something that happened 6 months ago while they were off on another ship? Well, that's nothing to hold against them.
Yeah, you're right. I guess getting a little new blood on board doesn't hurt. Hold on. Now there's an old face I didn't expect to see again.
Ew.
Hey, Miranda!
You weren't gonna leave without me, were you?
Miranda, you're here?
We thought you were staying on the Adirondack.
Transfer came in at the last minute, so I figured I'd slum it on this bucket of bolts. Looks like you got her back together pretty nicely. I wasn't sure what to expect.
I'm gonna take the high road here, pretend you didn't say that, and welcome you aboard.
He's a better diplomat than I am.
He still owes me a bottle of Saurian brandy.
Star Trek,
Don't
Blood
think I
Thinky, the Wrath
forgot.
of Khan. No,
Oh,
I don't.
yeah, it's
No, I
coming back
don't.
to me now.
Maybe Carter can rustle up that bottle and we can give you a proper welcome.
Where's Obi-Wan?
As soon as we
On
wrap
a
up
different
this
starship
quick
in a
little
different
spacewalk.
galaxy in a different universe.
Here, let me help you.
Thanks.
So what's the word? Are you back in the security rotation?
Yep.
It's in a better
Still running
series.
with the usual suspects.
That's harsh.
Good to go.
Is she flirting?
See you on the other side.
Yeah.
Activating magnetic souls.
Oh, is it the pink one? Which one? Or is it just I've got it? Okay, there we go. Well, let's go. This is kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie.
That view never gets old.
I can't see it because you're not letting me. Okay. Oh, we're walking on literally the edge of the ship. How pretty. Are we going back to? Are we going to command now? Looks like we're going to the bridge. Unless we're going back around to them. No, I think we're going to the bridge. Looks like the bridge. Like I'm at captain's quarters. Captain's quarters. Oh no, through the. Wait, are we? I don't know. Yeah.
Captain Solano should be here momentarily. You'll have to forgive me, I don't know much about Kobleods. But my understanding is you need a steady supply of duridium to keep your cell structure stabilized, or bad things start to happen. And we have plenty of duridium in sickbay, so there's no risk of running out.
Thank you.
Feel free to make yourself at home.
Okay.
And help yourself to whatever you like from the replicator.
That's going to become a thing later, right? That's going to be like a... Oh no, I have to give up my supply of this. Or something akin to that, right? Always got to set up a personal stake. What is that?
The first mineral Captain Solano ever discovered. Always was the nostalgic type.
Okay. Okay, dude.
Can't wait to plot a course myself.
Wow.
Just a sip of something.
Ractagino, obviously.
Decisions. Ractagino. That sure has a kick.
That is what Ractagino is.
Jara Rydek. Last time I saw you, it was graduation from the Academy. You'd already secured one of the most prestigious assignments possible. And you were burning with enough ambition to fuel 7 trips around the Necrid Expanse.
It's good to see you again, Captain.
I could not be happier to have you on the Resolute. My only regret is that we couldn't provide you with a warmer welcome. The arrival of a first officer to her new ship deserves a bit of fanfare. But, unfortunately, we've had our hands full with the refit.
That would be...
She's a no-fuss
totally
type person, I've decided.
I don't need any pomp and circumstance.
You've been here all of 5 minutes, and already you're trying to make us more efficient. I like it. As I'm sure you've heard, we've had a rough go of it these last 6 months.
Well, yeah, considering the ship was cracked
suffered
apart.
some damage.
Oh. I didn't realize there was a...
But not nearly as much as the crew.
Oh, you mean the accident?
I assume you mean the accident.
That's right. The tragic accident, really. We were on the verge of a major scientific breakthrough. A quantum leap forward in warp core technology. 10,000 teradynes per second.
Means nothing to
The
me.
ability to travel at a sustained rate of speed longer and faster than
Okay, well
we
that
ever
means something
dreamed.
to me.
What would have been the crowning achievement of my career? Right there. Within our grasp.
Yeah, but like, let's talk about the human lives that were lost. Or the,
Till it
you
all
know,
went so
the alien,
horribly
human, you
wrong.
know, etc. The lives that were lost.
We pushed her too hard, and a warp core malfunction overloaded the system, creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship could handle. It was heartbreaking. We lost some of our best people.
Okay. Okay.
As captain, I have to take full responsibility. It was my decision to make, and I have to live with the consequences.
Have to move on.
You have to look to the future. You can't dwell on the past, on things you can't change.
There's nothing that can be done about it now.
I literally just said
In my
that.
defense, I will say we might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff had been willing to trust me.
Oh,
There was
gosh.
a lot of pushback from my former XO, and I think that cost me his confidence. I don't want you to pull any punches. Certainly not on my account. But once we decide on a course of action, I need everyone to fully commit to the mission.
That's going to be a problem later
Anything
on as
short
well.
of that just won't work. And that's when things start to go sideways.
What happens if they don't?
And what happens if they don't?
There's a chain of command for a reason. And we all have our orders.
That's true. Everyone on this ship should know that.
Sometimes the occasional reminder doesn't hurt. Look, I'll be blunt. We can't afford another mistake. Or at least I can't.
I don't trust this guy.
Feel like my
He's
career
got
is
some
hanging in
General
the
Ross
balance.
around him, like General Thaddeus Ross.
We need a
Thunderbolt
win.
Ross. Got a bit of that
Something
about
to
him.
restore the crew's confidence.
I understand.
On a more positive note, Starfleet has tasked us with what they're calling a mission of the highest priority. Escorting a senior diplomat to Hotari space.
This is a research
Previously
vessel.
Peaceful and otherwise non-aggressive civilizations now find themselves on the brink of all-out war.
So it's a peacekeeping mission.
I see it as a golden opportunity to not only prove what the Resolute and her crew are truly capable of, but also a mission for which we're uniquely qualified.
What's that?
This ionic storm. Our long-range sensors suggest it's several orders of magnitude stronger than anything on record. A total anomaly like nothing we've seen before. And you'll never guess where it leads.
Hatari.
Exactly.
Well,
Very
okay.
nearly in the precise location where we're headed. Where I imagine the interference will be exponentially greater. But the diplomat will brief us on the details at the rendezvous.
So basically, we're being
Star
sent
Wars is
into
dog
the
shit
Eye of a
compared to
Storm,
Star Trek.
more powerful than anything on record.
I think
yes.
they're both good. I
But
think
we're
they're both
taking every
good.
precaution.
Good.
But I don't
Welcome
wanna get
in,
ahead of
Young.
us.
Thank you for being here.
I expect we'll have some rough sledding when we arrive, so I need you to prepare the crew for the worst. There's just one more thing I want to clarify up front. The metric that for me will be the ultimate measure of your success.
What is it?
If after serving as my first officer, you don't one day find yourself with a ship of your own, then I will consider it my personal failure. When that might happen is entirely up to you. But it goes without saying, you have my full support.
I will be honored.
It's been a dream of mine since before I can remember. So I would be honored to become a captain someday.
As long as you're willing to do the work, you have my promise. I'll do everything in my power to see that it happens.
Thank you.
Come, let me introduce you to the crew.
Okay. I feel like this is going to go badly, but you know, we'll see. Oh, a little bit of lag, a little bit of lag. It's so pretty.
Everyone, if I could have your attention for a moment. I'd like to introduce Commander Jara Rydek, our new first officer. Some quick introductions. This is Lieutenant Handar, our helmsman, one of the best in the business.
Oh, he's Bajoran.
Well, what he lacks in humility, he more than makes up for in ability.
A pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Likewise.
Next, we have Commander Westbrook, our Chief Science Officer. I've come to rely on his expert counsel on a regular basis.
Pleasure.
Commander Rydek, it is such an honor to meet you.
Who is this?
This is our tactical officer, Lieutenant Bedrosian, who's been looking forward to meeting you for about as long as I can remember.
Wow.
I've been following your career for quite some time.
Wow, oh, we're a celebrity,
and I look forward
guys.
to learning as much as I can from you.
That's very kind of you to say. I'm happy to be here.
Well, I have to admit, one of the reasons I've followed your career is because you're part Kobliad, because of what you've overcome. Starfleet stands up for people who can't defend themselves, and you were one of those people once.
And this is awkward.
But since then, you've done so much to protect others who need it. I really admire you.
I don't remember the Kobliads.
So,
I don't know why.
You've been something of an inspiration to me. Not that I've done anything close to what you've done, but you definitely set a standard to strive for.
That's very kind of you to say, but enough about me. We have a lot of work to do.
Oh, yes, of course.
And then, of course, you've already met Commander Ermont.
Hello.
Please do everything you can to make Commander Rydek feel at home here. I'll be on the starbase. I have an urgent meeting with the starbase commander to get our authorization to get underway. If they
That was a
drag your feet
mouthful.
Any longer, we won't make our rendezvous. The bridge is yours.
Oh. 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 Oh no. Okay, is anyone else I can talk to or say or do anything?
Tactical station. Hopefully a diplomatic mission won't require we use our weapons much.
To be honest, wouldn't that be a
Comes to
bit
that,
better if it was lower slightly?
Be ready.
Like, it's a bit unwieldy, isn't it?
Operations. Staffing, supplies. There's a lot to keep track of on a starship. Good thing we have Commander Ermont.
Yeah.
The helm. The Resolute is a refitted Centaur class, meaning it's capable of quick maneuvers. Can't wait to see what she can do.
Exciting.
Science station. The
I'm
Resolute
surprised you don't have a
is
comms
science
officer.
vessel, primarily. Might explain Commander Westbrook's attitude. I'll have to speak with him later.
Or do we? Oh, she's not important. Imagine being one of the two people, well, three people that weren't like given, you know. Oh.
Tactical holodias. Just like they've got on the Excelsior.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. My chair.
The first officer seat. My seat. Right now, though, I need to fill in for Captain Solano.
Captain Cilantro's away, so we take the big
Chief Engineer
chair.
Chovak needs to lower the structural integrity field. He's sent a crew out to recalibrate the emitters in response to the danger posed by the storm. We just need your go-ahead.
Yep, go
Mission
ahead.
granted.
Lowering structural integrity field, now.
Entering maintenance mode. Condition blue.
Okay. Oh no.
The storm is getting worse.
The fact that it's called Storm Surge
Great. Let's get to that emitter.
says everything. No. This is only gonna go badly. That looks incredibly awkward.
Every time we're out here, I half expect to see her in pieces again.
She's still got some scars on her. It adds character.
When I joined Starfleet, all I wanted was a ride out of town.
Well, you've definitely done that.
Isn't exactly how I pictured it.
Well,
On
yeah.
the outside of the ship?
No. Sometimes it feels like we're just part of the machinery. Don't you want more than that? I mean, Starfleet is noble and all, but it's still a machine. A massive, massive machine.
Oh, she's a detractor. She's a detractor.
And so are you.
We don't like her.
You wanted to get away. I enlisted because I didn't want to wait years just to get out and see the galaxy. I wanted to go somewhere, see new worlds, look up at a sky no one's ever seen before. Just because I'm cranking a hyperspanner up in a Jeffries tube today doesn't mean that's all I'll ever be.
Mood, cool. Iconic.
Diaz to Commander Chovak. We are at the Sif emitter.
Acknowledged. You may proceed with the recalibration.
Minigame? Minigame. Minigame? This is Star Trek, the movie series by J.J. Abrams. Stop it, Finn. Stop it. Stop it.
Beginning recalibration.
Hello?
Careful. Too much action and harmonics will deflect the alignment.
Stop it. Get some help, pretty much. Storm. Okay, we can just go back to that. Okay, cool. Oh, we've already got it. We've already got a bug. We've already got a bug, guys.
The storm is getting worse.
Looks like they turned off the Sif.
Great. Let's get to that emitter.
Yeah. Let's do all this again. Yay. Yay!
Every time we're out here, I half expect to see her.
Oh, I don't want to see. I want to hear this all again. Can we
Still
run?
got some scars on her.
Can we
It
run?
adds character.
Can we run?
When I joined Starfleet, all I wanted was a ride out of town. But
Yeah,
this
yeah,
isn't exactly how I
yeah.
pictured
You said all this.
On the outside of the ship?
You said all this.
No. Sometimes it feels like we're just part of the machinery. Don't you want more than that? I mean, Starfleet is
I
noble
clicked something
and all.
different this time by
Now,
accident.
what are you complaining about? We got the best seat in the house out here. You wanted to get away. I enlisted because I didn't want to wait
Worked out the
years
same,
just to
really,
get
I
out
guess.
and see the galaxy.
Worked out the same, really, I guess.
I wanted to go somewhere, see new worlds, look up at a sky no one's ever seen before. Just because I'm cranking a hyperspanner up in a Jeffries tube today doesn't mean that's all I'll ever be. Diaz to Commander Chovak. We are at the Sif emitter.
Acknowledged. You may proceed with the recalibration.
Ooh, okay. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Hopefully it doesn't bug this time. Align the Sif. I don't know. Tune nose to the center circular indicator. Oh, we did it. Cool.
Looks good. That wasn't so hard.
We did. Oh.
Commander Westbrook, right? Chief Science Officer.
You remembered my name and my rank. Impressive.
Oh, he's an arsehole. Brilliant. There's always one.
Yes, I'm the Chief Science Officer, and I have the dubious honor of being the most senior officer on this bridge. I know this ship inside and out. Better than just about anyone.
What a very impressive list of credentials.
This is a research and discovery ship, first and foremost. Now with a former tactical officer as its new first officer. I'm curious, though. A Kobliad, or half in your case, is an odd choice for first officer, given your vulnerable condition and all.
What does that mean?
But if, as an example, we found ourselves in a hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion, what would happen then?
She got a Green Lantern ring?
Leave Captain Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario, but not outside the realm of possibility.
You're an asshole.
That's very kind of you to be concerned about my well-being. But you don't need to trouble yourself on my account. I'll be fine.
Well, I wouldn't say I was concerned, just curious, that's all.
Asshole!
Listen,
asshole!
Can I be blunt, Commander?
I see no reason to stop now.
Commander Sutherland, your predecessor, was one of the best first officers in all of Starfleet. His record was impeccable and his reputation was without equal. I mean no disrespect, but the shoes you're stepping into are almost impossible to fill.
I want to kill this guy.
He was loved by the crew. And he was one of my closest friends. So I can only hope that you'll live up to expectations.
Hey, we just met. You might like me after you get to know me.
They say familiarity breeds contempt, but who knows? Seeing as Captain Solano is on the starbase, let me give you an update on this ion storm we're flying into.
Okay.
It's unusual. Unlike anything I've ever seen. At the moment, I can't tell you if the Resolute will shrug it off or if we're putting ourselves at risk. However, if we learn more about its patterns, its nature, we can come up with a scientific countermeasure. Just a moment.
Uh-oh.
We've got a massive energy wave inbound.
On screen.
Tracing its trajectory.
Starbase docking clamps are holding.
The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wideband burst of ionic energy. Like a tsunami.
I'm reading power abnormalities.
Red alert!
Aye.
I love it!
Evacuating main gangway and retracting.
Putting sensor visualization on screen.
With the structural integrity field shut down, we can't take a direct hit.
Time to impact. 1 minute.
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our options?
We can weaken the impact of the storm with a deflector pulse.
There's a better way.
I'm sending all auxiliary power to the deflector dish.
Send the aux power to the shields. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat. So we can orient all we have towards the wave. You have to believe me.
We only get one shot at this.
Shields
we
up.
can't afford to get it wrong.
Petrosian, get those shields up.
Rerouting power to shields. Stand by. I need a heading. We've only got one shot.
Understood. On my command.
Heading locked.
Raise shields.
This is it!
All hands, brace for impact.
I've got goosebumps. Oh!
Whoa!
What happened?
We have experienced a surge of radiation.
Oh, you don't say.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing it to backflush through the system and creating a dangerous imbalance.
Oh, gosh.
Blow out every primary system on the ship.
Just tell us where you need us.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate the port nacelle plasma regulator.
Okay. Science mumbo jumbo number 5.
We've reached the first access point.
Understood. Do you see the override for the level 1 failsafe circuits?
No, not yet. Give me a second. Fucking hell.
Affirmative.
Engage the override. It should allow us to stop the EPS flow to the warp engine without triggering an automatic core shutdown.
Okay. How exciting.
Failsafe override engaged.
Are you sure? I am registering some crosstalk in the bypass circuit.
We need to route the signals so they don't interfere with each other.
What do you mean by that? Like that?
Diaz to Resolute. The failsafes are temporarily disabled. Moving on to the EPS regulator.
Heads up, Carter.
What is that?
One of the discharges coalesced.
It's coming right toward us. I'm gonna try to disrupt it with my phaser.
Oh, phaser time. Oh, this is too good. I'm loving it.
So we gotta climb up the pylon. Not that there's really an up, but, you know.
Sure. Phaser, I hardly know it. Ah, you fucker!
Are you alright?
Yeah. Suit took most of it. Just snuck up on me.
That damaged your suit. Energy dampening is down to 60%. We're almost to the regulator.
I don't like it. I hate the fact that we have to go so slow. There we go. Okay. We're here. We're here. We're here. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
We're at the regulator point. Opening the access panel.
I am now halting the EPS flow to the port nacelle. We have little time before it causes an overload
Yeah,
of the engine.
dude. Okay,
you must
calm,
work
breathe.
efficiently.
Breathe. I love all this. I actually really love all the movements.
EPS manifold adjusters reset to neutral. The EPS lines to the port warp engine are back in balance. Almost done.
I don't know the fuck I'm
Once I
doing.
cycle the manifold nozzles, Chovak can...
Uh-oh. 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 Well, there's the docking clamp gone.
Get down! Diaz to bridge. We just lost the docking clamp. We've got got a lot of debris coming down. Hull vibrations, too. We can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please advise.
We have to release the ship from that other docking clamp or the hull will be ripped apart.
There's a problem.
Oh.
The clamps are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency, but it's not working.
Not working?
What are our options?
The docking clamps are fitted with exploding bolts for an emergency release.
We've got crew out there. That'd be like setting off a bomb next to them.
Maybe there's another way.
Starbase is hailing us.
Put him through.
Resolute, the remaining mooring arm is failing. You need to disengage from the starbase now.
No shit.
Damage to the station will be catastrophic.
The docking clamp isn't functioning. We're exploring our options.
The option is to detonate the emergency release.
Commander, hear me out. Reverse the polarity of the hull, which theoretically will repel the docking clamps.
And repel the engineering crew right off the hull into the storm.
This is Captain Solano. Put me on screen.
Go ahead.
This is hard.
Captain, we have a situation.
Commander, what are you doing? Blow the bolts on the docking clamp.
The captain doesn't know the whole story.
I'm giving you an order. Jara?
All due respect, sir, it's a more complex situation than when you
Jara,
disembarked.
I need you to do the right thing. We can't have this go sideways before we even leave for the mission.
He's an asshole.
The captain made himself quite clear.
They're gonna get hammered with debris out there. Reverse the polarity.
I think we're gonna. I'm gonna trust the science officer.
And there are lives.
Starbase, stand by. We're gonna flip hull polarity to disengage the clamps.
Yes, Commander.
Let's do this!
This is Acting Captain Jara Rydek. Be advised, we are going to reverse hull polarity to free us from the remaining docking clamp. Tether yourself and deactivate your boots on my mark.
They have tethers? No fucker said that!
8.
That, like,
7,
that's so much more, like...
6,
you know what I
5,
mean? Oh, no.
3, 2, 1. Mark!
Grab my hand! I got you.
Thank you.
Plasma imbalance is reaching critical condition. We are moments from primary system failure.
I got it.
Okay. Let's do this. Come on. Come on! Dude, come on. Like, dude, really? There we go. Okay. Do it. Oh, okay. Icons. Let's do it. Yeah! Woo! We got him. Oh.
Look out!
Oh!
I got you. Petty Officer Edselar's hurt and unconscious. I'm gonna have to tow her back to the airlock.
Mr. Diaz, the situation has changed. You are at risk of triggering a substantial electromagnetic arc if you approach the main hull the way you came.
Okay.
The way we came is the nearest airlock.
There is an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You must bring Miss Edselar there to access the interior.
Okay.
Roger that. Going there now.
We haven't even left dock yet, guys. The drama, the suspense.
I'm at the auxiliary hatch.
Oh, she's okay suddenly. Let's go.
You go first.
What?
Let me save your neck this time.
No.
No time to fight me on this. Get in there!
Not on your life.
Let's not let it come down to that.
I just know if she had went... Fucking hell. Oopsie. That doesn't seem good. In fact, that seems very, very concerning.
We made it.
They're safe. Bringing the SIF fully online.
Do it.
Yeah, fuck you, Captain! You were wrong! You were wrong!
Nilly.
I'm good. Help me with him.
Yeah, well, he's not so good, is he? Oh.
Let's get this off.
Oh.
Medical. Got one wounded at my location. Carter. You don't look so good.
Thanks for that.
You gotta be more careful. I just got here. I'm not ready to see you two get blown to space dust just yet. Now let's get you down to sickbay.
Great.
Okay. The graphics could have been a little bit better. I think generally they look okay, but you know.
The repair crew made it inside. EPS flow is back to nominal levels. The SIF is back up.
How does this affect mission readiness, Mr. Ermot?
Releasing the docking clamps using hull polarity minimized damage to the Resolute. We'll have some last-minute repairs to make, but if we reapportion some of the staff, we can make our departure on time. As of now, however, we are successfully moored to the station.
Good to hear. Send updates to my ready room. Commander Rydek, with me.
Uh-oh. 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 He's livid.
You disobeyed my orders.
Because I had to.
Well?
It's the right decision.
Respectfully, Captain, I made the right choice given the information I had.
You disobeyed my orders! And not just in front of the bridge crew, but the Starbase staff as well.
Huh?
That's going to get around. My name's already tarnished around the fleet. But what is it going to do to my credibility on this ship? From the top to the bottom. Bridge to lower decks.
You didn't have the right.
Maybe I shouldn't have disobeyed a direct order. But you were wrong. You weren't on board, and you didn't have all the information. So I made the right decision for the ship. If you're worried about your credibility, put your ego aside and trust your crew. Trust me.
You might have won some fans on the bridge with that stunt, but not everyone.
Easy.
Lieutenant Commander Chovak has already bent my ear.
I'm sure he doesn't take it personally. He'll get over it in time.
Mr. Chovak is more complicated than he would want to admit. I guess we all are.
No, fuck you, dude.
And, if I'm being honest, I'm not sure what I would have done in the moment either. You never really know if you weren't in those shoes. So, let's just boil it down to, you did what you had to. That'll have to be good enough for me.
Thank you for understanding, sir. I'm sure no one knows the burden of command as well as you do.
I'm sure you will, someday. Despite it all, we got our final Starfleet clearance to depart. So if you'll reach Mr. Ermot, we'll knock out the final details of any outstanding repairs, and then we'll set out for Hotari.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. 1 second. Oh, just caught my foot. Ow. Okay, I'm fine. I'm good.
All departments reporting full mission readiness. We've got our full complement on board.
This is my favorite moment, right now.
The start of a new mission is always full of possibility.
The Orion Syndicate could sell it as a drug.
Don't let the Admiralty hear you say that.
Okay. Okay.
Captain on the bridge.
Sit. Sit, everyone. You all know, I'm not big on speeches. We're embarking on the first mission since our refit. Let's make it a good one. Disengage docking clamps.
Properly this time.
Docking clamps released.
Thrusters ahead, Mr. Handar.
Let's go. 1/4 impulse until we're away from the dock.
That should do it. Set a course for the Hotari system. Prepare to go to Warp 8.
Aye, Captain.
You know what? You take this.
Do we get to pick it?
Me?
Make where? Oh, I kind of like it. No, do it. Do it. Do it. Yeah.
Helm. Do it.
Oh, yes! Iconic.
Nicely done.
Woo!
Easy.
Thank you. I'm fine. Really,
You don't look so good.
What?
I have to get to sickbay.
Go.
Commander, help me get her inside!
You know, I would suggest you have a backup ring. Just in these circumstances.
Well, that was quite a scare. A few minutes more and it would have been one of the shortest tenures on record for a first officer.
Is that the engineer that was out on the hull?
That storm did a real number on him, but he'll live. Just needs rest. You should worry about yourself. Your duridium levels got dangerously low and destabilized your cell structure.
This is definitely one of the more memorable first days I can think of.
My name is Dr. Aram Duval, Chief Medical Officer.
We'd love to see
To
him
be
more.
honest, I've never met a Kobliad before. You're
rare. I know.
I was going to say special. Your people's numbers have dwindled, despite the Federation's efforts to find a more readily available alternative to the duridium you need to survive. Yet you joined Starfleet, and managed to thrive. I imagine the responsibility must be overwhelming. Maybe even a burden at times.
Here I am.
I know what it means. And I know the responsibility that comes with it. But I can't be anything more than who I am. And if someone has a problem with that, or expects something else, then that's their problem, not mine.
That's exactly right. And don't worry, I won't treat you like a science experiment. I just do the science and leave the experiments to Solano.
You don't agree with his methods?
Uh-oh.
I don't agree with his definition of acceptable risks. Not when the lives of your crew are at stake. My professional opinion is that the accident took a toll. More than he's willing to admit. He's overstressed, operating in the pressure cooker of his own mind. Which is never a good headspace when the lives of your crew are at stake. What concerns me is that now he's even further away from the thing he's been chasing his entire career. Breakthrough discovery. The major innovation. Something he can put his name on. But the more the time passes and the further out of reach it gets, the more risk he'll be willing to take.
I hear you. But that's my job, isn't it? To make sure that doesn't happen. And we don't lose sight of the bigger picture.
Which is exactly why I'm so glad you're here. We need you now more than ever.
I like her.
I have to give you credit for what happened on the bridge. It took guts to defy a direct order.
Huh. I guess word travels fast around here.
It's a small ship. And everyone's curious about the new XO. Fortunately, your cell structure's almost completely stabilized. And I'll spare us both the lecture, but I do feel it's my responsibility to remind you, without regular infusions of Duridium, you will not live. It's as simple as that.
Understood.
Then, my work here is done.
Lieutenant Bedrosian.
I came to see if you were okay. We were all pretty worried.
I'm fine, you silly bitch, you know.
What was happening.
I can't even imagine what it must have looked like. I don't want people to get the wrong impression.
No, not at all. You don't have to feel embarrassed.
Well, I am embarrassed,
Everyone
actually,
understands this is
Bedrosian,
part of what it means to be Kobliad. You trusted me earlier with the shields, and I appreciated that. I want you to know that I have your back.
Thank you.
Now, Carter, the emissions that gave you that burn are quite unusual, like everything else that goes with this storm.
Is he going to get some cool powers or something?
That's a combination of hyronolin and lectrazine to counter the radiation effects. That should help speed your healing.
I'm kidding, don't worry. Oh.
She's come by a couple of times to see you already. Be brief.
Ah! Bitch, you ain't Sam!
I was starting to get worried. Not that you aren't in good hands with Dr. Duvall.
Ah, come on. You know you can't get rid of me that easy.
Don't push me, Diaz. You do not want to see me try.
No, nope. I am not getting on your bad side.
I am a formidable enemy.
Okay.
I was looking in on you too, by the way.
Okay.
But since it's just us right now, I had a chance to think about this while I was away. And I thought it was important that I just come out and tell you. Instead of tiptoeing around it.
Something wrong?
Or worse.
Wait, are you angry at me or something?
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm probably making too big of a deal here. What I'm trying to say is, we've been really good friends for a long time. But I got back here and I couldn't ignore it anymore. I want to see if there's more between us than just being friends.
This is all kind of unexpected.
I didn't expect this either. But here we are. And I didn't want to ignore it. I just figured I'd
I have no
stay right
words.
into it. Well, what do you think? I've been about as direct as I can stomach.
Sure, why not?
You can do that too.
I like you too, Miranda. Let's see where this goes.
Okay. I was really hoping you'd say that.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but
She's like, bitch, fuck off! Oh, Dr. Duval, she ain't scared. She is not. She ain't bothered. Not one iota. Chief medical officers are always the fucking best. Unreal. Cast adrift.
Approaching the rendezvous point outside Atari space.
Helm, bring us out of warp.
Dropping to impulse.
Oh.
Ionic interference surging, Captain. Shield integrity holding.
We can take it.
We are at the correct coordinates to meet the shuttle.
Commander Rydek, find us our diplomat, if you will.
Aye, Captain. Let's reduce the noise. Filter out environmental signals. I can manually tune what's left for Federation signal types.
Okay. What are we doing exactly? Sure. Whatever that did. No?
I've located the shuttle.
Opening comms.
Well, there was no need to shout that, was there? Oh, it's spinning.
Shuttle to Resolute. Shuttle to Resolute. Debris field. Lost maneuvering. Losing.
I can't get it any clearer.
I know this is going to sound really weird, but the shuttles always remind me of pizza boxes.
It's just not happening. Power up the tractor beam.
I have no way to explain that other than they look like a pizza box.
Diaz, you good to run the tractor emitter?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
I'm sure.
You see what I mean? Pizza.
Come on, Diaz.
Okay. Yeah, dude, calm down, breathe.
First thing, lock onto the shuttle and stabilize the rotation.
Bam. Grayson. There's an asteroid in the way, though, isn't there?
We're pulling in debris.
I'm on it.
Okay. Uh-oh.
That's gonna take out the shuttle.
Use a fucking...
It's the bridge. There's a large piece of debris headed for the shuttle. The tractor beam can't handle it.
Can our shields take it?
I believe so.
Move us in between.
Plot an intercept course.
On it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Maneuvering thrusters bearing 53 Mark 17. 200 meters on an intercept course.
Maneuvering.
I shouldn't be excited about such small things as this, but
Got it.
I am.
Whoa. Someone's working hard on the bridge.
We got him! Unless something else goes wrong. We'll come bring them in. Lickety split.
We got the shuttlecraft on board.
Good job. We're on our way down to meet them.
Okay, okay.
Malfunction, so to speak.
Ambassador Spock.
didn't think it was Spock, but I didn't think it was Spock.
The captain will be right down to meet you, sir.
In that case, I will wait for him here.
Welcome aboard.
Well, let me be the first to say, welcome to the Resolute, Ambassador.
Thank you, Petty Officer...
Carter? Carter Diaz. Sir.
I am pleased to meet you, Petty Officer Carter Diaz. It appears I have you to thank for my safe arrival. Your assistance arrived not a moment too soon.
Just do my job.
Say so.
All in a day's work, Ambassador. This is what I'm here for.
Quite dutifully. We thought we were prepared for our arrival in Hotari space, but it is evident my craft was not sufficiently robust for such intense ionic activity.
He started just walking off.
The storm has been pretty intense.
There was an element that was most unusual. Before you came to our aid, our maneuvering thrusters and impulse engines were rendered inoperable.
Okay.
So we attempted a short traversal at warp speed, only to find that we could not achieve warp at all, even though our diagnostics computer showed no faults or anomalies.
I'll look over the shuttle for you.
What do you make of that? When all indications say that warp speed is possible, but in practice, we find it is not.
Well, this storm is one of the strangest phenomena we've ever encountered. It's disrupted other systems. Who knows what it might do to a warp drive?
Yes, it would seem further investigation is called for.
Take readings, run some additional diagnostic checks.
I feel starstruck.
We'll get to the bottom of this.
Quite logical, Petty Officer Diaz. Thank you.
That's like probably the highest compliment you can get from a Vulcan.
Excuse me.
I'm honored to have you aboard. I'd like to get right to it. We're already behind.
Provocation to war. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's never good to see something like that.
Ambassador Spock, my senior staff. It's not every day that a captain gets to welcome a Starfleet legend aboard.
You flatter me, Captain Solano. But legend implies the past tense, whereas I am very much focused on our present circumstances.
I didn't mean to suggest you were stuck in the past. You're right, Ambassador. Not the most diplomatic choice of words.
Your experience comes from the past. But our present situation calls for it.
True enough.
We were hoping you could fill us in on the details.
Go ahead, tell us, Spock.
We got the basics from Starfleet. Two formerly peaceful neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Indeed, and the tension between them grows fiercer by the hour.
Okay.
Elydia and Hotari. Elydians are the more advanced species. They made first contact with the Hotari over a century ago.
Okay.
This is Tau, the Hotari moon. It is rich in dilithium, and for decades, the Hotari and the Elydians have shared a mining operation there. The Elydians provide the technological resources, while the Hotari have served as the labor force.
Oh no.
The stability of that arrangement was the source of their peace, until recently. The Hotari have suddenly and forcefully seized control of the mining operations and expelled the Elydians from their system. That is the official story, as told by the Hotari when they requested Federation mediation.
Okay.
But the details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.
Okay.
Have the Elydians retaliated against the Hotari? Or taken any action against them?
Surprisingly, they have not yet responded in kind. They were open to a Federation presence, but it is unlikely
there's something bigger going on here.
Hotari forces would stand a chance against the Elydian fleet in open war. Left unchecked, this conflict will result in more bloodshed, which is what we are here to prevent.
And the dilithium trade hangs in the balance.
Clearly, the Hotari have been exploited in this relationship.
Maybe we can persuade them peace is the more profitable alternative for everyone. They both profited from the mines. And for the Hotari, something is better than nothing. Peace is our objective, after all.
Yeah, but...
We can call it profitable or mutually beneficial, but at the end of the day, the Hotari are still being exploited for their own resources.
True peace is not merely the absence of war. And as such, this conflict will surely come again.
Neither the Elydians or the Hotari are members of the Federation, so we can't make them do anything.
There is...
You look like you're having the best time. I am! No, I'm sorry, I'm focusing, because it is actually really, it's really good. I'm enjoying it. Sorry, Lynch. I am! I love it!
That certainly changes.
You're very into it. I'm like...
Federation sources its dilithium from a lot of places.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
So I guess we're culpable.
So we've already played a part in this.
Unfortunately, that is indeed the case, Commander Rydek.
We're morally obligated to make this right.
Hold on. Our only obligation is to negotiate the peaceful resolution.
Fuck you! I misjudged your dismay at the state of the Federation for dismay at the game. No.
Trade. Captain Solano and I must make every effort to appear neutral in these negotiations.
What worries me is if this whole thing unravels, and we're at the mercy of the storm at less than full strength.
We can't let it come to that.
Considering what the Ions
you can't just say that.
Our ship and the Ambassador's shuttle, we have to assume the Elydian fleet has had problems with it as well. This recent surge in the energy disturbance temporarily levels the playing field.
Commander Westbrook is correct. The energy anomalies around the Hotari systems have been noted in the past.
Okay.
But they have never been observed on the orders of magnitude we have seen in recent weeks.
Yeah.
If it's keeping the two sides talking instead of shooting at each other, that actually helps us negotiate a peace.
And we'll take advantage of that as long as it works in our favor.
I could stretch that guy's neck.
All the more reason
like
to
I
as much about it
I can wring his neck out. I hate him.
We do not want to be caught unprepared should the energy anomaly continue to fluctuate. So I trust we understand our circumstances.
We're operating on a strict timetable here.
Oh, fuck off!
The negotiations shortly. Commander Westbrook, I want you to leverage our systems to investigate the anomaly from here while we're gone.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Mark. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I want to speak to both of you privately.
To the ready room?
Ambassador Spock,
oh, no.
I'd like to make a formal introduction. My first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
Commander.
He's aware, though. He knows
As you are aware, there are limits to what Captain Solano and I can do in our official capacity as representatives of the Federation.
Okay.
But someone in an unofficial capacity, your first officer, for example, would not be bound by those restrictions. Commander Rydek could ingratiate herself to certain parties behind the scenes, where they may be more candid in revealing information that could lead to a resolution.
Okay.
She certainly goes her own way.
Oh.
Maybe that helps in this case. It would be unconventional.
I'm perfectly happy to work outside the lines.
And by extension, you will be doing your duty, Commander.
Just not too far outside the
lines. Oh, fuck off!
Well, I hope Commander Rydek will have more luck finding out what really happened than he will.
I'm being very un-Starfleet. I'm sorry.
The fate of the negotiations, the interests of the Federation, and the prospect for peace may very well depend on it.
That's pretty. That's pretty!
Mr. Diaz, I understand you have already discussed the warp drive failure with Ambassador Spock?
Of course I have.
It is imperative that the Ambassador's shuttle be flight ready. I need you both to ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander. I thought you would have wanted to work on Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments.
But actually,
I
he's
do not derive any
anymore.
satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow transubstantiated through its association with him. Especially when I have the entirety of this starship to concern myself with.
Do you enjoy anything?
Commander Chovak, is there anything you do enjoy?
I take pleasure in the satisfaction of a job well done. I suggest you try it sometime. Make note of any abnormalities in your report.
You share like not Romulans, Vulcans, but that Vulcan, he an asshat.
No, couldn't have been. It seems like he's warming up to us.
No, it's
Even Chovak has to look at that face and know you've earned some real respect. And I have to admit that I owe you one.
Yeah, you do.
You were right to make me go first. I don't know what I was thinking.
You want to owe me?
You've pulled me out of trouble how many times? Call it even.
Okay.
Well, she was quick on that.
Maybe I can track
She
down
was
that
quick.
bottle
Ah,
story
yeah,
you're still on the
even.
hook for.
It's even.
But first,
Don't worry
we
about
have
it.
work to do.
Ready to go?
All set. Let's run the diagnostic.
Okay. Diagnostics. My fingers! Ah! Ah! Oh! Ah! There's not even any fucking hand movement. It's just these two fingers. Woo! Hello! Hello! Fuck's sake. Oh.
Oh.
That's inappropriate.
I know about your talk with Miranda.
You do?
She sent me a Priority 1 dispatch right after your conversation.
Uh-oh.
I'm happy for you. Both of you.
Thanks.
But I'm only going to tell you this once.
Reminds me of the Bridge Crew VR game. Yeah.
This up. Because I would be very unhappy if you tried this out and then, I don't know, 6 weeks or 6 days later, I have to start splitting holidays between the two of you.
Uh-oh.
All because things went south.
Are
and
you
we're not on
upset?
speaking terms.
Are you upset?
That just isn't gonna work for me.
Are you upset?
Not on your life.
But no, the VR game was really good. I enjoyed the VR game.
But you need to be careful.
I want to play that again soon.
I like my friends.
That would be a cool thing to do at some point.
Group. I don't want to lose that.
I should force like a few of you guys, a few of us guys to do it. We should do it.
Let's see. The relays along the primary EPS are blown, but the backup relays are all intact.
An EPS overload from the warp drive could cause that. But how did the shuttle end up dead in the water?
VR now. I can't do the VR, but yeah.
Well, maybe the ship's data recorder can tell us something.
Oh, not the fingers again. Oh, he's back. Madman.
Here.
They were only about 8 minutes from their plotted warp point. No faults, just those warnings. What are they?
Subspace variance out of tolerance.
Stop, Lynch.
What does that mean?
No.
It means the main navigation array lost sight of space somehow.
Will the array going offline cause that?
Yes, but it should have also thrown a fault code.
The warp field became inverted suddenly.
I've seen this happen when the center warp coil cracks.
A cracked warp coil throws a fault code.
Still, we should take a look.
All these fault codes that didn't happen.
There was a complete warp cascade failure.
Wow. They're lucky the shuttle didn't turn inside out.
Makes me think the computer panicked on the warp field equation.
Any one of these failures should have thrown a fault.
If it was caused by a system failure.
None of this caused the relays to blow. Roll forward to when that happened.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So here, they take a moment to get their bearings and they attempt to re-engage the warp drive.
There. That's the relays blowing.
Oh.
And look, there's another warp system alert.
They're all the same. Subspace variants out of tolerance, or warp inversions. Finally, there's a complete warp cascade failure.
Then it's one of two things. Either a warp coil is cracked, or the navigation array is offline.
That makes sense.
Divide and conquer. You want to check the warp coils or the navigation array? I'll check the other. Let's not
I'll go for the warp
this.
coils.
One of these systems is likely broken.
I'll check the nacelles for a cracked coil.
I don't trust you with the fucking the warp core. Try a fucking tricorder. Oh, this game's brilliant. Oh, tricorder. How do you know it? A lot more involved than I thought it'd be. Yeah, it's actually quite good, I admit. Right. Oh. Oh, complete scan. There we go. Don't know what all that means.
I checked every coil on the port nacelle for imbalances. If any coil in either engine were cracked, I would have detected it. So, it must be the navigation array.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Yeah,
checked
there we go.
And double checked.
Well, the readings don't lie.
Here comes the security detail for the way team.
Oh, fuck it now. Not Miranda.
Hey.
Hi.
I'm not here.
We're escorting the negotiating team to the surface
Fuck's
as soon as
sake.
they come down from the bridge. I don't want to interrupt some important work. I was just hoping to see you before I go. The captain and the others will be here any minute now. Should be an interesting ride down to the surface.
You're the one with the important job to do. Keeping the captain safe. And Ambassador Spock.
It doesn't always feel that way.
Fuck
Baking in the
off.
hot sun, standing guard next to an empty shuttlecraft. But it has its moments.
Yeah, when you die.
Hey, Varys. Aren't these those button pushers you're always hanging out with?
And you're the phaser jockeys we always beat in Parisi squares.
Ooh.
All aboard for Hotari.
Nerd talk.
That another one of the captain's railroad things?
Gotta be. I just usually zone out by the time he gets to the whole, steam engines were the warp drives of their day part. Catch y'all later.
Mood.
You don't want to miss your train.
I do have to go. Not gonna lie, I'd rather not leave right now.
Kissing seems unprofessional.
More important things on my mind.
I'll be waiting.
Go on. Do your job. I'll be right here waiting for you when you get back.
You better be. Be seeing you.
Sure, you're taking. Stop. Stop. Stop! Stop! Fucking hell.
Etzelarda Diaz. If you could float back down to reality, we still have a ways to go. All right, where were we?
How embarrassing.
So, the warp coils in the navigation array are fine, but the nav computer doesn't seem to think so.
I'm out of ideas short of field stripping the shuttle from bow to stern.
You wanna take this out of the shuttle and throw it on the bench?
Oh, real hands-on maintenance. I like it. Okay, the nav computer is patched into the ship.
The ship's computer can double-check our work. If the shuttle's nav computer is putting out false data, we'll know.
Let's run through the shuttle's logs again.
Did it get louder for a second there, or was that just me?
Same. Warp field inversion and a cascade failure. However, the Resolute computer doesn't show the same subspace variance.
We're in the same conditions that the shuttle was in when it failed. Why wouldn't the ship's computer get a matching result?
What if the subspace variance was a momentary occurrence?
That's a possibility, and it would explain why the simulation under our current sensor readings failed to reproduce the issue.
But a subspace anomaly strong enough to cause a warp field collapse would leave graviton ripples for days.
Let's run with the momentary subspace variance theory for now. Roll forward to the shuttle's attempt to re-engage the warp drive. We need the conditions of space around the shuttle at the moment of warp failure.
They're talking absolute shit to me. Like, I don't even know what they're talking about at this point.
Error in warp field calculation. Cochrane formula variables are out of ring.
That right there. Take the shuttle sensor data from that moment.
Computer, why did the warp field calculation fail?
Warp field pressure returned non-orthogonal. Results are undefined.
That doesn't help.
Wait, what if we use a different ship?
Put the Resolute into the simulation instead of the shuttle.
Yeah, it should warp just fine. Unless... Computer, run the simulation with the Resolute.
Resolute simulated.
Okay.
Computer, give me manual control on the warp power.
Okay.
Static field intensity, warp 1.1. 1.2. 3. Warp pressure is destabilizing. Error in warp field calculation. The warp drive has experienced a system-wide cascade failure. Warp field collapsed. Subspace variance is out of tolerance. Cochrane formula results are undefined.
Bingo.
Uh-huh.
What-o?
What-o?
The same moment when the shuttle failed to warp, so did the ship. Whatever happened to the shuttle just happened to us. The Resolute will not sustain warp.
We can't leave Hotari space.
Is that all we got from that? Okay. Okay. Seat of power. This is pretty cool.
Ambassador Spock, Captain Solano, welcome to Hotari. We are honored you've come. My name is Tylos Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
The honor is ours, and this is Commander Jara Rydick, first officer aboard the USS Resolute. You'll find she has a keen mind, and unique insight into the dynamics between the Hotari and the Illidians.
We're honored to be here, as representatives of the Federation.
I'm so glad.
These must be the representatives of the mighty Federation. The reigning authority in the galaxy. Or so we've been led to believe.
Yeah,
Whether that's
sorry.
true or not remains to be
Lynch,
seen.
stop.
But
it writes itself. It needs stop.
We're grateful you've made the time to come to our little corner of the universe.
And you are?
This is Galvin, and this is Sidron, the heroes of the revolt in the mines.
Oh, these are the guys who are definitely gonna be the bad guys, right? Uh-oh. 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 The Illidians. The Illidians.
Let's hope this is the last time we ever have to come
Oh, it's Liam
here.
O'Brien again.
If you'll excuse me.
I think we're about to begin.
You think?
Did you hear the arrogance from that guy? I don't know what we're walking into here, but that guy was something.
That may be true. But let's keep an open mind going into the negotiations. Hopefully he's just one voice amongst many.
Then let's hope he's the outlier.
The Hotari have invited us as their guests, so we must show them the proper respect.
Okay. Okay. This is only going to go badly. They're giving Sith pureblood. Show death. Oh, show strength.
Ambassador Spock, welcome to Holtari Prime.
The honor is mine, Your Majesty.
That the Federation would send one of their most respected representatives is not only an honor to the Holtari people and their queen, but recognition of our stature and importance.
Let's get on with it, shall we? With all due respect to the Federation and their ambassador, they have no authority here. We are not members of their alliance. We are not subject to their rule, nor yours. We demand the immediate return of all mining operations to Elydian control, as it has been for centuries and will be for centuries more. That has always been our understanding.
That understanding has changed.
Then you invite war.
And if you cannot remain silent, you will be silent.
Were you silent? Or were you silenced?
This point is well
She
taken.
learned from Oprah Winfrey.
What is the Federation's interest in this matter? Perhaps you would have us trade one oppressor for another?
The Federation remains neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution of this conflict. We are here at your request, Your Majesty.
For now.
Oh.
I'm trying to keep an open mind here, but it's not
Oh,
easy.
fuck off!
I thought they wanted us here.
Was there something you wanted to say, Captain?
Oh, no. My apologies.
And what about the Kobliad?
She's not part
She can speak for herself, can't she?
Keep an open mind on this
Unless-
story. Lynch! Let the Kobliad speak!
Now then, one should know their place. What you might be somewhere else is not what you are here. Which is standing before a queen. And a queen deserves respect. A bow is not too much to ask. Is Hotari Prime heart of the Hotari system?
My name is Commander Jara Rydek, Your Majesty. I prefer to be called by my name, not my species.
Then I suppose that makes us even.
Oh.
Commander Rydek. You are Kobliad. Your people suffered brutal treatment at the hands of the Cardassians. Their injustice towards the Kobliad is as unimaginable as it is unforgivable. Not unlike how we have been treated by the Elydians.
As much as they'd have you believe they are the victims here, remember it was the Hotari who
The
attacked
Kardashians
us.
are in this? Yeah.
Hundreds of innocent Elydians were slaughtered without mercy in those mines.
The blood is on their hands, not ours.
Quiet! If after all the Kobliad suffered, you finally had the chance to right that wrong, to get out from under their control, would you take it? Or would you negotiate a peace?
I can't speculate on that.
I can't speculate on something that never happened, Your Majesty. Sadly, that opportunity never came for the Kobliad.
I just let it slip. Must be
No.
one.
It did not. But we'd be wise to learn from their example, before we too find ourselves facing extinction.
This is getting
The
tense.
Federation is the most powerful, most advanced alliance in the galaxy.
Are they going to
It's
sue for
widely
membership?
known we have an abundance of dilithium in our mines. And it's in your interest to secure a steady supply.
Your Majesty, if I may.
Ambassador Spock would have us believe you're here as a neutral party in the interest of peace. So why are you really here? I want the truth. not your Federation rhetoric.
Okay, dilithium is a factor.
It's possible the Federation has an interest in both peace and securing a steady source of dilithium. One does not preclude or prevent the other. But that's just my personal opinion.
Given the Federation has done business with the Elidians for decades, I would agree. It's entirely possible, if not highly likely.
What they haven't said, but cannot deny, is a simple truth. The dilithium trade would not and will no longer exist without Elidian involvement.
Okay, but how's that?
We created it for the benefit of everyone, especially the Hotari.
Explain.
We've given them warp technology. We've let them share in the profits. We've made their lives infinitely better than before dilithium was discovered.
Yeah, but it's their moon though, dude.
All of that goes away if the Federation turns a blind eye to their treachery.
That is enough of your lies! The Hotari are quite capable of running the mines. We've done so for centuries. So tell me, who deserves control of the dilithium trade and the mines on Tau?
Oh, I'm not getting into that.
Who should the Federation recognize? The Hotari or the Elidians?
Don't say I have to have a choice here. Oh, fuck.
Can only be one or the other, not both.
No! Bam!
If I have to choose only one, then it would have to be the Hotari.
Well said. How could the just and wise Federation make any other choice?
This is an outrage. The Federation has lost all
Kiss
credibility.
ass. I know, I'm
Mines
sorry.
are ours. Lydia will not be deterred. We will take back our mines by any means necessary.
Then you will see more blood spilled.
I am more than willing to address your concerns, Your Majesty. Yours as well, Representative. But I suggest we could have a more productive conversation with a smaller group. Perhaps only the most essential representatives.
I suppose there is some sense to that.
I feel personally like I couldn't, like, you know.
I hope we meet again, Jara Ryder.
I think he started a fucking war.
Spock and I will cover everything on the diplomatic front. You make nice with the locals and see if you can get some answers. We need to find out why the Hotari are so willing to risk war. What happened in those mines?
Okay. Well, I personally think this is a great point to stop for now. Honestly, thank you all for watching. This has been really fun, actually. I think the game is about 11 hours long, is what I've seen. It's about 10 hours, 38. Kiss ass Endstrom. Yeah, exactly. You got to kiss ass, then Endstrom. The Peralta special. Peralta's Place. That's Plaice. Like a fish special. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, I'm actually enjoying this. It's really fun. You know, it's a very different type of game, and it's not like super like polished, but it's fun. And you know, Telltale games were always fun. So it's nice to kind of do a new kind of game in that field. So we will get back to this very, very quickly, I think. Probably maybe even tomorrow for those watching live. For those watching on demand, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And same to you guys watching live as well, actually. But yeah, it's been fun, and we'll be back soon with more of this. Like I say, it's about 11 hours long, this game, so we're an hour and let's cut off, you know, let's cut off like 10 minutes, so an hour and 40. Well, yeah, so an hour and a half into it. So we've got like a good bit longer. We'll probably do a longer stream tomorrow. But thank you guys for watching in the meantime, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Those watching live, if you're watching another time zone, enjoy your time zone. Thank you guys, and I'll see you later.